Well, we got all packed up at Helsingor camping and started our journey down to Roskilde, which is only about an hour and 20 minutes. So we took a decision to look for a Fredericksburg Slot, which was a fantastic castle en route. You know what it's like when you've only got an hour's journey between campsites, you can't get on the next campsite. We thought it would be a good idea to spend 2 or 3 hours in this beautiful Danish sunshine. It really was a lovely day. We followed this coach down quite a narrow road and picked our way through the roadworks along here. But the view to the right here was really pretty, and we could see this was going to be quite a spectacular sight. So we were a little concerned about parking, although we had done a little bit of research on Google Earth, and we had a feeling that there was a good car park down here which would be big enough for our motorhomes. We turned right and suddenly realised we were right at the entrance to the castle. So I continued on bravely, and just look at this, a great big open car park, which incidentally when we came back after lunch was completely full. Good morning. We have left our campsite in Helsingor and we've come to a nearby town. I'll put the name of the town on screen, and we've come to another large castle. Just parked up. We've got until 1:30 on the car park. It's now 11 o'clock, so we've got a couple of hours, and we're going to have a look at another magnificent Danish castle. Very impressive here. The outside of these castles are just spectacular, and the detail fascinating. Down in the cellar here now, and there's lots of sculptures and artifacts. Male sculptures around here. We've just come into this corridor, which is a bridge over the moat, and looking out of the window, look at the spectacular gardens. Absolutely beautiful. See if I can get a zoom in on it. Just seen the view down along the length of this beautiful place. This is looks like the church or the chapel. Everywhere gold leaf. We walk along the top corridor here now. It's staggering. The detail of the ceilings, all the figures. And here is the organ. I think that's one of the most magnificent ceilings I've ever seen in this great hall. Just huge. I see this as some sort of timepiece because we can hear it ticking. My reaction to that castle is wow, absolutely spectacular. We've been walking around for nearly 2 hours and hardly saw all of it. I mean we went in a lot of rooms, and you almost forget to look at the ceiling in the room because every one of them is unique and beautifully done. I'm going to wander back, show you this fountain again on the entrance. Well, now we're going to go along the moat here and through this archway into the gardens. Here we are in the formal garden. So I was taking pictures up on the stand there on the bridge. Shooting into the sun a little bit. Castle is behind us here. We're on the bus. Where are we off to, Sue?
Going into the town centre, the Viking Museum.
Roskilde in Denmark. And we're going to the Viking Museum. Yeah. It's about 10 o'clock. It's Sunday morning, so it's quite quiet, isn't it? We did meet a very helpful local who was getting the bus as well, who was able to tell us that we were in the right place.
I've got a relative in Newcastle, but he's never been.
And we did. We just had about 5 minutes to spare, so we did well, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's, we'll catch up when we get off the bus. We've made it to the Viking Museum. It's a nice building, a nice modern building here, which is the main building. And then behind me there are some examples of the Viking ships and TP, this sort of thing. We're going to go in and have a look. I'm not sure how much footage I can take. Might take some stills. We'll see how we get on. Oh, and by the way, the bus from the campsite to here for 4 people was 98 Danish kroner, which works out just under £5 each. What did you think of that, Sue?
Oh, that's quite good.
Oh, that was
I
good.
don't know how much it worked out in English money.
I'll write it on screen.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, I'll write it on screen. No, it wasn't that much. No,
that
it always sounds a
lot.
lot because it's in
Yeah.
Danish krone.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've saw all the 5 Viking ships that were sunk in the fjord. Yeah, buried in the fjord. And very interesting how they managed to recover them and so on through the 60s and 70s.
It took 25 years for them to preserve them all, didn't it? And to reconstruct.
Yeah. And they're all in here.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. Not a large, not a huge museum. Took us about, what, half an hour to 45 minutes. We saw a video as well. So it's really good. We're going to have a little look at what's here on the outside. We've got a little armband so we can go in, look at some of the exhibits outside, and then we're going to wander off and get a coffee. Viking ship example of in the in the wet dock there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. But, quite a large marina area and cafes and things. So we're going to wander around. Beautiful day again. We have left Oscar and Sophie behind. We've been dragging them around with us, and they've got really tired, particularly Oscar. And of course Sophie's not keen on long walks anyway, so yeah, we left them there having a sleep in the van. Not sure I can get that all in one shot, but quite a long Viking ship. And they always said on the video that they always use bright colours on the sides of the ships.
This is a reconstruction of Skoda 2, a longship from the Viking Age, circa 1042. Sea Stallion was primarily built from oak in 2004 at the museum boatyard as a reconstruction of the large ocean-going warship Skoda 2. The original ship was built following traditional Scandinavian boat building methods. In Dublin, 1042, it sailed at least once across the North Sea and ended its days as part of the barrier at the bottom of Roskilde fjord.
And there's more here, and you can smell the wood tar that they put on the ships before they paint them. Yeah. There's one of the trips that they're just casting off, and apparently you can row and as a guest, and then once they get out on the fjord they put the sail up. The group are getting their instructions. I'm just walking down from the check-in point and realising just how big this campsite is, with the lake this side, or the fjord this side, and the camping to the right, and it's lots of level pitches here, but on the hill it's quite uneven. At the top there you can see that there are seasonal pitches that are on like a bank or a platform that's been made for them. So here we are, coming down to the first facilities block. I'll show you that in just a second. So we're at the main facilities block. There's a little dog wash there. This is the motorhome service point just here. And then you've got bins, recycling, and toilets and showers. And then there's a cafe here. I think we're going to try the cafe, but we do need to get our dogs, so we're going to go back and get them. And you can see the children's play areas as well, several of those. There's public toilets just on the left here, so this is a shared area for leisure, with the campsite here. As you see to the right, we've been walking sort of 10 minutes now, and still part of the campground here. Camping of all shapes and sizes. But another glorious day here at Roskilde in Denmark. Just coming out of the trees there now, we're back to Smurf, and we're interesting observation that we've just come from the Viking Ship Museum, and I'll just unlock the van for Sue. There we go, the van's unlocked, and there is a Viking ship, or a rowing ship, I think they call them longboats, just in the water across there with a sail up, which is what we left a little while ago down at the marina. And they're right outside where we're parked here now. Beautiful sunset down here last night, absolutely cracking. I'll show you a couple of pictures of that at the end. There's also, just up the hill here, a whole load of crows. But there is also a toilet block up here under the trees. So we haven't got quite so far to walk if we want just toilets and showers. Well, good morning. We're just leaving the site, and it's called, Sue?
Don't ask.
Put it on the screen. We're not quite awake yet, are we? We've just had to check out. We paid £17 for electric and the washing, because we did laundry, didn't we?
It's Camping Roskilde.
Camping Roskilde, yeah. And we're heading now to the Great Belt Bridge, and we'll end up there, yeah. So we'll see you along the road.
There's a message drifting in the air. If you listen, you will notice music everywhere. This bridge is made
left the campsite in Roskilde camping, which was a lovely one. Got a good firm 9 out of 10 that campsite. The only thing that let it down was that the pictures were natural and they weren't level, so we had quite difficulty getting level, but we just put the wedges under the back wheels and did it that way. Still weren't quite level, but we're right near the Great Belt Bridge now, crossing from the island of Zealand to Finn, and there's a little museum here on the other end of the island. Last time we went for a walk to a viewing point where you could stand on a viewing point underneath the bridge. Don't think there's one of those here, but there is a little museum, and we'll be just having a quick look to see if that's open here in a moment. If not, we're just going to walk around the corner here so we can see a quick look at the bridge. And there we are, back there on the car park. Nice tarmac car park, and the little museum, and then we come round and we can see the bridge. The toll booths are on this end, and I think from last time we came last year it was about £48 to cross this bridge. I'll put the length of the bridge on screen. I seem to remember it's something like 11 kilometres, but when you get this suspension bridge here, there's a little island in the middle, and then another concrete bridge beyond that. So you think you're across the bridge, but you're joined by a little piece of land in the middle, little island. Quite windy just the other side of this ridge, but I'm sheltered just by this little ridge here. Lots of ships in the distance, so there's a fair bit of traffic, freight traffic in and out under this bridge. I'll take some footage of going across it and through the toll booth, and I'll put the price on screen once we're through. It's a little boat museum. People used to use these boats to cross to the next island.
That says the iceboat station. Luggage is loaded on an iceboat. Departure from iceboat station. Transport across the Great Belt. The boats reach the edge of the ice, and the boats are towed over the solid ice to land. Look at that.
Solid ice, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so part of the channel there would freeze. Fascinating.
In 1922, this was.
1922?
Yeah.
Oh, look, there is the ice, yeah.
Staff and passengers on the ice sometime in the 1920s. Cool, but they had a wrap up warm.
Yeah. Lots of pictures here of the frozen channel. And a modern picture that we've just seen outside of the new bridge. Quite an interesting little museum. Free to enter. It's nice and cool in here, yeah.
There's a message drifting in the air. If you listen, you will notice music everywhere. This bridge bridge is made of hope. In this world of hunger, war, and strife, we can
Up in front. We're now going over the bridge.
build a better
Stop off at Lidl's.
This bridge is made of hope.